So hi ma'am, good morning po. So now I am going to demonstrate the blood pressure taking. So first is we need to perform a hand hygiene. After that is we're going to provide the patient's privacy. So if the door is open, so syempre kailangan natin i-close. And if also the window is open, we're going to close it. Then the curtains. Then after that is we're going to gather all the equipments that we will be needing. So I have my BP apparatus and my cotton buds or cleansing pads, or you can also have the alcohol pads. So since I don't have that materials, I used to gamitin itong cotton buds. So after that, syempre, we need to introduce ourselves to the patient. So hi ma'am, I'm Anshik Pico ba? And I will be your student nurse for today. So I will be the one who will assess you in taking your blood pressure. So ma'am, itataka ka po ba if ano yung purpose natin? If why are we doing this? So syempre, next is we're going to explain if what is the purpose of taking the blood pressure. So ang purpose po nito ay ma'am ay para malaman if your blood is not high, if your blood is in normal, or your hyper-intensive or hindi naman po. So after that, syempre, make sure that the patient is in sitting position, and make sure that the legs of the patient is not crossed, kasi if it is crossed, there is a tendency na hindi accurate yung makuha mong BP sa person. Then after that is we're going to perform the blood pressure taking. So before that pala, syempre we're going to clean the earpiece of the stethoscope. So I'm going to get the cotton buds with alcohol kasi I don't have the cleansing pad or the alcohol pad. So I'm going to get the stethoscope. Then we're going to wipe the earpiece, both left and right. And after that is we're going to dispose the cotton buds that we've used. And next is we're going to get the patient's systolic, which is it is the top number or the first time that we're going to get. So I'm going to get the BP apparatus and gonna put it to the patient's arm. So ma'am, i-garal ko na po itong BP apparatus sa iyong arm. I also have the sphygmomanometer. Then we're going make sure that when putting the BP apparatus in the patient's arm, yung distance niya is 2.5 cm or 1 inch below the vein or the site where you're gonna take the patient's brachial artery. So after we put the BP apparatus in the patient's arm is where I'm going to use my 3 fingers in locating the brachial artery. And syempre, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ng thumb kasi may sarili itong pulse. So now I'm gonna put my 3 fingers in the patient's brachial artery where I'm going to look or find for her pulse. So now I'm going to pump the cuff, and I'm going to look for her systolic. So magsa-stop ako ng pag-pump ng cuff until her pulse stop. So now I'm going to pump the cuff. Then slowly release until it goes to 0. Then yun. So the estimated amount of her systolic is 100. So now I'm going to use the stethoscope on getting the both systolic and diastolic. So I'm gonna put the belt on the brachial artery where her pulse is located. So I'm gonna insert this. And syempre hawakan natin siya ng thumb and first finger. So now I'm going to pump the cuff, and the estimated amount of the systolic is 100, so plus 30 reading, so it is 130. So the estimated amount that we're going to pump the cuff is, we need to reach the 130. So now I'm going to pump the cuff until it reaches the 130, and slowly release. So the estimated amount of her size systolic and diastolic is 120 over 80. So it's normal. And the normal rate of blood pressure is 120 over 80. So her blood pressure is in normal. So after that, syempre, we need to remove the BP apparatus in her arm. Then next is we're going to document all the data that we gather, kung ano yung blood pressure niya, and saang part or located, if it is in the right arm or left arm. So the blood pressure is 120 over 80, left arm, brachial artery. So the next is, again, if you're done doing the blood pressure taking, syempre, we need again to perform a hand hygiene. So good morning, ma'am. So now I'm going to demonstrate or discuss the pulse rate taking. So syempre, before doing the demonstration, we need to perform a hand hygiene. After that, syempre, we need to provide a patient's privacy. If the door is open, we're going to close it. If the window is open, we're going to close it. And also the curtains. So next is syempre, we need to introduce ourselves to the patient. So hi ma'am, good morning po. I'm Anjik Picoba, and I will be your student nurse for today. And I will be the one who will assess you in taking your pulse rate. So nagtataka ka po ba ma'am if bakit gagawin natin ang pulse rate?
Yes.
So, the next is we're going to discuss the purpose of the the pulse rate taking. So ma'am, purpose po nito ay para malaman if your heart is pumping enough blood, if ano nga ba yung cause ng isang disease such as irregular or rapid breathing. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to locate the patient's radial artery. So ma'am, can I have your hand? So in locating the patient's artery, or the radial artery, I mean, syempre we're going to use our 3 fingers. And do not use your thumb because it has its own pulse. So we're gonna use our 3 fingers. Then in locating the radial artery of the patient, it is located in the below the thumb of the patient along with the radial bone. So I'm gonna put my 3 fingers in here. So always remember that do not press it hard, just touch it. So now that I locate or I find the patient's radial pulse, I'm going to count her pulse in a 1 full minute. So let's wait until it reaches on the 10. So now I'm going to count her pulse. So let's just wait until it reaches the maximum minute, which is 1 minute. So there, ma'am, your pulse rate is 69. So it's normal because the normal rate of a pulse rate is 60 to 100 beats per minute. So again, after that, we're going to document all the data that we gathered. Patient's pulse rate is 69, normal. So after that is we're going to perform again a proper hand hygiene. Now I'm going to check her respiratory rate. So in counting the respiratory rate or the breathing of the patient, 1 rise and 1 fall is equal to 1 breath. So I'm gonna go to the patient's side. Then now I'm going to check the patient's respiratory or her breathing in a 1 full minute. So let's just wait until it reaches the maximum amount, which is 1 full minute. So ma'am, your respiratory rate is 15. So it is normal because the normal respiratory rate is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. So after that, we're going to document all the data that we gather. 15 respiratory rate. After that, we're going to perform a hand hygiene. Ma'am, so now I'm going to demonstrate on how to take the temperature. So first thing that we need to do is perform a proper hand hygiene. After we perform the hand hygiene, we're going to provide the patient's privacy. If the door is open, we're going to close it. And also if the window is open, we're going to close it. And the curtains. After that, we're going to gather all the data or equipments, that we will be needing. So I have here my cotton balls, thermometer, alcohol, a notebook, and a pen. So after that we need to introduce ourselves to the patient. So good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
So I'm Nurse Andre, and I will be your student nurse for today. So I will be the one who will assess you on checking your temperature. So next thing that we're going to do is, syempre, we're going to discuss the purpose of what we are going to do. So ma'am, ang purpose po nito ay para malaman if your body temperature is normal or if may sakit ka man po, mabigyan ng immediate care agad. So after that is we're going to perform the demonstration. So first thing we need to do is I'm going to get the cotton balls, then a alcohol, because I don't have a alcohol pad, so I use this, and I'm going to get the thermometer inside the box. Then I'm going to clean the tip of the thermometer. Then I'm going to dispose the cotton balls. So after that is, now I'm going to demonstrate on how to take the body temperature. So I'm going to lift the patient's arm, then put the thermometer in her armpit. Then I'm going to put the patient's arm down. Then I'm going to hold this. Then we're going to wait until it beeps. Hindi natin siya pwedeng alisin hanggat di pa nagbi-beep kasi maaaring hindi accurate ang nakuha nating body temp. So mostly the armpit is the commonly site where we take the body temperature of a patient. So let's just wait until it beeps. Let's just wait for a while. Hindi natin siya pwedeng i-remove hanggat di pa siya nagbi-beep. So para mas accurate yung makuha nating body temperature sa patient. So right now it is 36.7 degrees Celsius. So let's just wait. So now I'm going to lift the patient's armpit, then gonna remove the thermometer. Then ma'am, your body temperature po is 36.7. So it is normal because the normal body temperature of a person is 36.1 to 37.2 degrees Celsius. After that is I'm going to get again a cotton balls, then alcohol, then wipe the tip of the thermometer. So I'm going to dispose the cotton balls that I've used. So after that is I'm going to put it back in the cup of the thermometer and in the box. So the next thing that we're going to do is document all the data that we've gathered. So the thing or the vital sign that we do is the body temperature, taking the body temperature. 36.7 is your body temp. After documenting the patient's data, again we're going to perform a proper hand hygiene. So that's all, ma'am. I've already done doing your or taking your vital signs, and wala naman po akong nakitang mga maling findings. All of the procedures are normal and regular. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you po.